Fall in love with music?
When I was like a kid, like had to been, I would say maybe like first grade. I was, one of the little kids in the choir, and that's kind of like if I could be more specific, that's when I fell in love with harmony, because it was just like, even though we were in the first grade, we weren't the greatest singers.
Right.
You could hear the orchestra, you know what I mean, and that's really when I fell in love with singing and music. My old my old music teacher from the first grade, shout out to Mr. Arnett.
Shout out to Mr. Arnett.
Yeah, so I would say like when I was a little girl, I just fell completely in love with it.
What got you introduced into music, like as far as creating?
Okay, so I'm trying to think. Around 2014, me and like friends, we just started just recording, getting what do you call it? Buying equipment and things like that, and because we knew we were good, we just didn't have the means to do it. So my friend Hakeem, or my brother, I would call him my brother, Hakeem, shout out to Midas. He bought a MacBook, he bought everything you need, an interface, a mic, and we just got to it. And yeah, ever since then we just been grinding and getting better equipment as the years go on, and because we did not sound great in the beginning. But yeah, I would say just my whole friend group, we were always talented. It just took a matter of like getting the tools that we need to actually succeed.
So you've been like perfecting your sound, your look, basically for like 5 years, kind of.
Yeah, about 5 or 6 years. And I think I'm at a good place now. Like as far as like everything, like Elle Cook as a whole, not just me as a singer or a director, or producer, whatever. I think I'm, as a whole entity, I think I'm at a very confident and healthy spot in my artistry. So.
That's great. That's bomb. Because when you're there, you can pop some of like the best. Right. The best material, because you're all the way there. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I can tell too. I can tell she's fly, y'all. Because I know. So if you had to describe your sound in any way, how would you describe it?
So I would actually take a message that I sent to somebody when we were like, it was a Instagram friend, and we were talking about like how my music makes everybody feel, and we called it Sad Girls Club music. So music is like, it gives the feel of like, it's like, you're in love and you're a mess, but that's the beauty of it all, because I think I try my best to say like, hey, I'm in a shit show, and
I know.
Yeah, I'm here.
I know. What does friendship mean to you? Because I see you in Beth Banger.
Shout out to Beth
Banger.
Like I was telling you before, outside of Beth being like my coworker, she's like my ace. Like that's like best friend to the end. Like I love her to death. Her friendship, it means more than I could really explain. Like it's really like honestly, like people tell us all the time, like we act alike, like our mannerisms are the same, like we're two peas in a pod. And yeah, I really can't explain. It's me and her. It's just like when we get together, whether it's like us just chilling or actually doing music and things like that, we're literally unstoppable. Like we just fuse together. So I think friendship in general, it means more than just people that can get up together and like just drink on the weekends. It's more than hanging out and partying. Because a lot of people think, especially with social media nowadays, a lot of people think that's what friendship's all about. But the friendships that I have, I honestly can say I don't have any friends. I have a lot of family. We've built relationships to where as though it's it really is deeper than all of this. It's deeper than the music. It's deeper than, whether we met 10 years ago or 20 minutes ago, whatever. You know what I mean? I try to build genuine relationships with everybody that I come across. Because, I don't know any other way to be.
She ain't even got to tell me no more. She don't know. I can tell. She's a great person. She got a great spirit, great heart. She's beautiful, and she smells great today. How do you think your childhood geared you for your adult years?
We lived with my grandparents, me and my 5 sisters. We lived with my grandparents pretty much our entire lives. And it really shaped me to become a woman that's loving, because I didn't really get it when I was a child. I mean, of course, I got it from my grandparents, but me personally, I need to be told that I'm pretty and I'm loved every 5 seconds. And I didn't really get that when I was a child. So it shaped me to just be like this person that's like, when people compliment me, I think I probably told you thank you 50 times already. Yeah, I like that too, though. Like, I'm very thankful. I'm very grateful. Now, like, as an adult, I just try to show, like, gratitude when it comes to, like, anybody, whether it's somebody like you who I just met today or somebody that I've known for years. I try to just let people know that I love them and I care for them. And like we were talking about earlier, I'm a very like gift-giving type of person. So that's kind of the way I communicate with people. It's like, oh, I love you. Let me buy you something. So it's just and I think honestly that comes from being spoiled as a child too. I was too. Yeah, I was emotional, like the emotional nurturing. Yeah, and it all coincides. You know what I mean? So I think compared to my childhood, I think I give a little more of the emotional affection than I do financial or like tangible items. Yeah. But I kind of mix my childhood with things that I've learned as an adult and just slapped it all together. And now I'm me.
I want to get into the best backyard show.
Oh my gosh! So I guess I'll start the very beginning of it all. I honestly don't remember. It was a couple of months before we actually did it. So we were just talking because a lot of times, shout out to my crew, Bess, which consists of Beth Banger, Elle Cook, that's me, Sam and Title, I love y'all to death. We sit in the house a lot and we brainstorm. And a lot of times when we brainstorm, it comes to life. Yeah. So I forget what we were talking about, but this was kind of just like a spare of the moment idea. And we were like, wait, this can actually happen. Like, we can actually do this. And I think it came from more so because of like everything that's going on with the world, everything shut down and you can't really perform as much as you would like to. Yeah. And we were like, fuck it, we're going to curate our own show. Right. So, I think we just all just like got to work as far as like putting our sets together and getting equipment. And then like on a personal level, I was getting equipment for myself. So I would say probably like the top of September or like the end of September, I started getting more production equipment. So lights, backdrops, things like that. And just for personal use. And then, we just kind of brought it to life. And like I said, we put our sets together and we got everything set up. So the backyard that we actually used was Beth Banger and Benjamin Banger's mom's house. Okay. And we just thought it would give that backyard vibe. It's just like, we all just chilling in the backyard. Doing karaoke or whatever you want to call it. So everything that was there from the only thing we bought to the set was, I don't know if anybody noticed, but it was two fake plants that were in white vases. It was like one to the left, one to the right. I don't think anybody really noticed, but I bought those from my house. And then Beth, she brought the lights, and that was it. Yeah, everything else was already there. It was already set up like that. So we've gotten a lot of compliments on like the setup, and everybody thought that we like put it together that way, but it was like that already. So so we planned it for about I would say maybe like a month and a half, 2 months. And to be honest, we for the most part we tried to plan as much as possible, but when you're doing stuff for the first time, like as much as you plan, you're winging it to an extent. You know what I mean? So we winged it, and we winged it well. I did it really good. I think it came out perfect in my eyes.
How has COVID affected your mental health?
I can say it's very up and down, and I think everybody can probably relate to that. Some days you're just like, it's okay. Yeah. I'm still alive. I'm here, And then some days you're like, damn, this shit really happened. You know what I mean? It's very up and down. It's funny that you asked that because for the past like week, I was in like the craziest rut. Like I was like, I don't even know what was going on. I couldn't pinpoint it. I didn't know exactly what was wrong. I was just, and I think if I could place it anywhere, I think it was probably just like me staying in the house and just being fucking bored. Yeah. It's like, oh my gosh. And I just tweeted today that like all last week, I listened to my album that I'm working on, and it sounded a mess. And I wanted to just trash everything that I did. And then I listened to it this morning when I was getting dressed for this. And I'm like, this sounds amazing. Yeah. Why am I tripping? But I was tripping all last week.
Your mindset was somewhere else. It wasn't.
No, I wasn't. I was not in the right state of mind. I was going bonkers.
If that was the case, you would hate everything.
But honestly,
you would scrap all your shit.
Yeah. Okay. No, I mean, COVID has toyed with me all this year, just like it did everybody else. But I try to reflect on the fact that I'm alive. I'm well. I don't have COVID. My kids don't have it.
You have children?
I have 2 boys.
Oh!
Yeah. The 2 boys. Yeah, let me
I did not know how old are they?
So they're 4 and 6.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah, so I'm blessed. I can't complain because in a general sense, I'm just blessed. Yeah. You know what I mean? I mean, like, even though it's like I'm still not working and things like that, I still have a roof over my head. My family's healthy. I don't really know what else I could really ask for right now because especially everything else is out of my hands. Right. You know what I mean? So, but these are my boys. Oh, they're so cute. Oh, they're so cute. I'm sorry, I love kids. Oh, they're so cute. Seriously, you're welcome. Oh, they're so cute. They am.
So I want to get into what's the best piece of advice you've ever been given?
Believe in yourself. And it's a very hard thing for me to do. And like I was telling you in the beginning, when I first started doing music, I knew that I loved music and I knew that I loved to sing, but I wasn't confident in who I was. So that's why I consider myself a new artist, because this was the year of me rebuilding that confidence, or not even rebuilding because I didn't really have it, like building that confidence. If you tried to catch me in like 2016 and asked me to do this interview, I wouldn't have did it. Oh my goodness. But like just believing in myself and believing in that I'm awesome at what I do.
We have a verse that's coming up between Keisha, Cole, and Ashanti. I would love to know whose side you're on.
Okay. Damn it. I'm gonna have to go with Ashanti. As much as I love Keisha, like I'm a big Keisha fan. I listen to like all of her albums, but I grew up on Ashanti, so I would have to go with Ashanti. That's like a one-day one.
Janae or SZA?
SZA.
Okay, SZA.
SZA. I started listening to Janae when she dropped her, what was it, Sailing Souls?
Tony or Tamar?
Tony.
Tony?
Okay.
My signature scent is...
Oh, I just bought it. It's Burberry. What is it called? Burberry Omnia Crystalline.
And it smells good, y'all. It smells good all night. Phone or paper? As far as like if you ever write your verses.
Phone.
Describe your ideal significant other.
A person that's affectionate, but when I want them to be. I'm like a cat, so like when I want you to touch me, I want you to touch me, but when I need you to leave me alone, leave me the fuck alone.
Leave her the hell alone.
That sounds so bad.
Nah, I mean, you'll find somebody that's like, we here, and they're gonna be like, we here, so y'all gonna be there. Do you prefer your relationships to be public or private?
Very private.
Very private.
I'm actually in a relationship, but I don't talk about it.
What does perseverance mean to you?
Perseverance means to just never stop. Never stop going to pursue what you love to do. If you love to do it, and if it's really your passion, keep at it. Just keep at it. Don't let nobody stop you. Don't let, one day you might post something that get 100 likes, and then the next day you might post something that get 20. I don't give a fuck. Keep doing it. Keep doing you. Fuck social media. Fuck what your family got to say. Fuck all of that. Sorry, y'all, I'm drinking. Fuck all of that, because it's a lot of stuff that could stop you from really focusing on your goals and reaching your goals. No. Do what you feel is in your heart. If you feel like in your heart that it's time for you to stop something, then that's because that's between you and you.
Right.
But yeah, keep going. Just keep going, no matter what.
I want to keep going. I hope everybody else at home keep going too. Y'all heard it from Elle Cook. Y'all keep going. Since she's walked in the door, she's been very pleasant. I think she's bomb. I think she's dope. I think her music is dope. I think her personality is dope.
She gonna make me cry, y'all.
Seriously, I think she's dope. And the last question that I wanted to get into now is, what will your legacy be? Or what do you want to leave behind?
I want to leave behind the idea that anything is possible. Like, no matter where you come from, no matter how you grew up, none of that. Because like I told you, I grew up in like probably the typical dysfunctional household. But I'm here, I'm alive, I'm well, and I'm doing what I love. And I'm trying to pursue that to make sure I can feed my family and, be financially stable, mentally stable, all of that. That's what I want to leave behind. I want to leave behind the general idea that anything you put your mind to, you can do it, no matter what.
I agree, and I think that you are living proof of it, even though your so far what you have done, it might not seem like a lot. But
yeah,
like I don't know you at all, but listening from what you told me so far from childhood and seeing you now, I'm like, wow, it's amazing. It's amazing people at this situation even make them or break them.
Yeah.
And I give kudos to people that have let their situations mold them into better people and help them keep going. And I can tell that like no matter what, like you're obviously gonna keep going.
So this is Elle Cook, and you're watching ZoeyStarz TV.